Have a nice day. Today is Wednesday, 25th of October 2023. It is National IKEA About You Day, World Opera Day, National Crazy Food Day, World Pasta Day, International Artist Day. The first general election of India started on 25th of October 1951, that is today, and continued till 21st of February 1952. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper The Hindu states that Bhutan China want deal on boundaries soon. Bhutan and China hold their 25th round of the boundary talks that have been held up since the last round in the 2016. Beijing pushes for full diplomatic ties with the Thimphu. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi meets with the Bhutanese counterpart Tandi Dorji in Beijing on October 23, 2023. The Hindu newspaper also states that though they are not elected, judges have vital roles to play in the evolution of the societies. Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, speaking in New Delhi, he said that the courts have become a focal point of engagement between the civil society and the quest of the social transformation. In the newspaper also states that Army gears up to induct a first lot of Apache attack helicopters from the February 2024 onwards. Defense Acquisition Council approval awaited for the 45,000 crore indigenous light combat helicopter deals. Apache attacks helicopters. Here are some. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that burning trash cooking air how Mumbai civic agencies took their eyes off waste mountain. No one fined for the garbage of burning in the 17 years. No localized biomethanation plants these contribution to dirty air. A heap of garbage being burnt by the roadside in Oran area of Navi, Mumbai. Indian Express also states that how change in the wind direction helped improve Delhi's AQI marginally. The AQI, which stood at 263 on Monday, is the average of 24 hours ending at 4 p.m. each day, and AQI between 0 and 50 is considered good, 51 and 100 satisfactory, and 101 to 200 moderate, 201 to and 300 poor, 301 and 400 very poor, and 401 and 500 severe. The capital's air quality index was recorded at 220, that is poor category, on the Tuesday. Indian Express also states that Lalduhama, Manipur, is not a factor in Mizoram. All parties here on the same page on issue. A former IPS officer, he served as a security in charge for the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi before resigning from the service in 1984, joining the Congress and being elected as Lok Sabha MP that year, said PM's Lalduhama. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that OBC narrative fading for Congress, but from policy is likely to help. Voting for the Chhattisgarh is scheduled to be held in a paced manner on November 7. The rusting board just off the dusty teeming Tarighat Road in Patan says a Yash Saloon. There are 3 chairs inside, frank at the edges, and there are the 3 people. One has just finished a haircut, 2 are in the middle of the shave but don't mind the interruption. On a waiting bench behind them are 4 Bharatiya Janata Party workers in a crisp white shirts, orange gamiches around there. Sometimes also states that at the interview, IMEC could be collateral of the conflict in Israel, says European Union's envoy to India. In an interview with the Hindustan Times, the European Union's new envoy India, Harvey Delphin, spoke of the European Union's plan to bolster relations with the India in trade and investment. The India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor (IMEC) could be impacted by the conflict in Israel, though the stakeholders should continue their groundwork of need to be make the project to take off, the European Union new envoy in India, Harry Delphin, has said. Sometimes also states that heat wave intensity set to spike, new hotspots likely to go steady. Scientists have warned that the frequency of the intense heat wave will increase substantially. Cities across India will get hotter, with the northwestern, central and southeastern parts of the country emerging as the new heat wave hotspots. A new analysis by the Department of the Science and Technology has projected, and scientists have been also warned that the frequency of the intense heat will increase substantially. Going towards the economy of the country, GST departments on an overdrive with the notices and summons as the companies have fend off tax. DGGI says cases booked using the data analysis. Central and state goods and service tax authorities have shot off a spate of notices in companies over the last few months. This is likely to only increase in the coming months. In the first 6 months of the financial year 2024, 1,040 cases of involving GST evasion of rupees 14,000 crore input tax credit have been checked, and the total 91 fraudsters have been arrested. Queries sent to the Indian Express or to DGGI and CBIC did not elicit a response. From the business point of view, India to outpace Japan as the second largest economy in Asia by 2030, S&P Global Market Intelligence. By the 2030, India's GDP is also forecast to surpass Germany at the end of the 2022. The sizes of Indian GDP had already become larger than the GDP of the United Kingdom and also France, it said. India's gross domestic product is expected to rise 7.3 trillion United States dollar by 2030. India is now the third largest economy in the Asia Pacific region and the fifth largest in the world. Gaza has oil markets on edge that it could be build more urgency to shift to a renewable, IEA head says. Fossil fuels prices are down from 2022 peaks, but markets are tense and volatile, said the IEA in the report. Today we are again facing a crisis in the Middle East that could once again shock oil markets, said IEA Executive Director Faith Bayrol. From the world news, including Israel-Hamas war, live updates: United States denies are pressurizing Israel to delay a Gaza ground invasion. IDF hits Syrian military sites after rocket launches. No one above the law. United Nations chief on Gaza bombing Israel, says the region. Kremlin says Putin is healthy, laughs off a body double remorse. Chinese announces removal of defense minister missing for almost 2 months with a little explanation. Israel-Hamas war being through hell. Israel did not take a Hamas threat seriously, says freed Israeli hostage. A Chinese finance minister Wang Yi to visit the United States this week for high-level talks ahead of a likely Biden-Xi meeting. Going towards the science and technology, Qualcomm lens on generative artificial intelligence with flagship Snapdragon phone and PC chips. Qualcomm announced 2 new powerful chips and new chip for high-end Android phone called Snapdragon Series 8 Generation 3 and one for PCs and laptops called the X Lite. Both Snapdragon 8 Generation 3 and Snapdragon X Lite can locally run artificial intelligence models without needing to rely on the artificial intelligence processing in the core cloud. Boeing continues to work with the NASA on the much-delayed first crewed space flight. Boeing and NASA are working on the much-delayed Starliner crewed launch, which is now planned to happen in the March-April 2024. Boeing Starliner spacecraft is pictured her at the company's commercial crew and cargo processing facility at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida on January 19, 2023. From the science and one more article is that the Artemis 2nd Orion crew and service module is joined for the first crewed moon mission in 50 years. NASA has joined the crew and service modules of the Orion spacecraft that will be used for the Artemis 2nd mission of the moon. The Orion crew and service modules that will be used for the Artemis 2nd mission were joined together at the National Aeronautics and the Space Administration NASA Kennedy Space Center in Florida on Thursday. NASA's Orion spacecraft that will be used for the crewed Artemis 2nd mission. From the artificial intelligence, Sam Altman displays fear about AGI, says it will be enable humans to express more creatively. OpenAI artificial intelligence CEO Sam Altman recently revealed his thoughts about the development of artificial AGI and the plans of this company about GPT-5. Sam Altman and Mira Maruti said that all their technologies so far are progressing towards AGI. Last, there's a famous quotation said by Swami Vivekananda, whose birth anniversary is 12 January in 1863 up to 4 July 1902. Born Narendranath Datta, was a Indian Hindu monk, philosopher, author, religious teacher, and the chief disciple of the Indian mystic Ramakrishna. He was a key figure in the introduction of the Vedanta and the Yoga to the Western world, and the father of the modern Indian nationalism, who is credited with raising interfaith awareness and bringing Hinduism to the status of major world in the religion. Swami Vivekananda says a famous quotation. He says that every work has got to pass through hundreds of difficulties before the succeeding. Those will persevere will see the light sooner or later. Okay, thank you.